In this video, we do need to discuss the elephant in the room that some of you don't want to acknowledge.
Uh-oh, guys. We're going to address the elephant in the room that some of us don't want to acknowledge. How we doing today? Another Crime Circus video. So, I had to go back probably almost a little over a month now. Anybody notice Crime Circus hasn't done any Kohberger videos recently? Hasn't been saying he's innocent anymore. Maybe now that I make this video, he'll come out with one, right? But anyway, this one's titled Bryan Kohberger Red Flag, and apparently we're gonna get some booms in this one. And in case you missed it, you know, he says again really quickly in the beginning of this video, oh, this contains guesses and speculation, you know, just so he can cover his ass when Kohberger does get convicted. He can come back and say, oh, yeah, I was just guessing, and I didn't really mean that. Because that's what he's going to say, right? But even though in these videos, he is, you know, pandering to the audience that believes Kohberger's innocent, or he's the one that's making all these people think that. Anyway, let's see what he's got to say for himself.
Bryan Kohberger, wrong guy, wrong car. No DNA and no recording of interviews. There's some booms in this video that
No DNA. See, this is just ridiculous.
You don't want to miss. So stay tuned and let's see what I have to say for myself this time.
I knew he was going to say that. That's why I said, let's see what he's got to say for himself.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Crime Circus. My name's Drip Drop, and I'll be your host as always. I'm your host with the most, and I'm back with another super special presentation. Let's just jump right into this video and see what I've uncovered this time. This is a Moscow Police Department press release with the updated information that was put out 3 days prior to Bryan.
Alright, hold on. Let's pause it. Okay, so it's a press release. It's got some contact info. The Moscow Police Department. It's got the media line. It's got, you know, their email address. The Moscow Police Department is providing the following information to the public. Okay.
Kohberger's arrest. It was so up to date that they were even discussing TikTok rumors about a TikToker who was making alleged false accusations against a professor.
And let's keep in mind that press release was from November 7th, before they even had Kohberger on their radar.
You can see this was updated, and this wasn't just some old information they were going on. It was up to date and current. Here's an interesting line. Investigators believe someone has information that adds context to what occurred on the night of the murders and continue requesting additional pictures, video, and social media content. So if Bryan Kohberger had no interaction with these victims that evening, why did they want the social media information and pictures, etc., so badly? What were they expecting to find? They seemed convinced that somebody close to these victims had some information.
They didn't know. The murders just happened.
Very interesting and eye-opening. But what...
And remember, they didn't even have any idea about Kohberger until the DNA came back from the knife sheath that was found on, you know, the DNA that was found on the knife sheath, and then they did the genealogy that matched it to Kohberger's dad, which then matched it to Kohberger. Hello.
What really catches my eye is the information about the Hyundai. Supposedly they had been following Bryan for weeks, that they had already made a match on his DNA, and that they were already supposedly certain that it was Bryan Kohberger. at least according to the arrest affidavit. Look at this. Progress continues to locate the white 2011 to 2013 Hyundai Elantra believed to be in the immediate area of the King Road residence during the early morning hours of November 13th. Investigators believe the occupants may have critical information to share regarding this case and have identified over 22,000 vehicles. If you know of or own a vehicle matching this description, or know of anyone who may have been driving this specific vehicle on the days preceding or the day of the passing aways, please forward this information to the tip line.
Yeah, they were doing what they were supposed to do. I mean, what?
No suspects have been identified, and only vetted information that does not hinder the investigation will be released to the public. Updates will be provided when new information is available for release. So just a few days before BK was arrested, they were still looking for a 2011 Hyundai Elantra.
Yeah, okay. Once again, once they got the DNA results back, then they started following Kohberger for a couple days and then arrested him. You know, that's how they know he was taking his trash out with gloves on, you know, and cleaning his car because his neighbors saw him. You know, come on, Drip Drop, give us something real here.
Well,
He's making it act like he found some big, you know, revelation, right?
Certainly would have updated this press release with the most up-to-date information, so let's see what the next update was after this one. This is the official Moscow PD press release for immediate release, December 29th, 2022. This is just one day prior to Bryan Kohberger's parents' house being raided and BK being arrested.
All right.
Moscow passing away update. Moscow, Idaho. The Moscow Police Department MPD is providing the following information to update the public on the known facts surrounding the 4 passing aways that occurred on November 13th in Moscow, Idaho. Okay, they said known facts. Let's see what's factual in this press release that happened 24 hours before BK's arrest. Because I do like facts here at Crime Circus, even though I often take guesses. And I'm not...
Yeah. Crime Circus likes facts. Come on, guys.
Not always right. And you're not either, so don't be arrogant. Anyways, so this...
And I've been getting so many emails and comments saying that Drip Drop deletes all the comments that have anything to do with saying that he's wrong, or saying that you know, they think Kohberger's guilty. So all you're gonna see on his videos is comments that are going with this narrative that he keeps putting out there, right? Because he's deleting them or just hiding the comments.
This press release is on the 29th, and they say on Friday morning, December 30th, the 1122 King Street residence will remain an active crime scene under police control. However, Moscow Police has worked with the Team Idaho Property Management Services to begin remediation of the residence by a private company. Remediation activities include removing potential biohazards and other harmful substances used to collect evidence. There is no timeline for completion, but the property will be returned to the property management company when finished. So there hadn't even been an arrest yet. We hadn't even been told about any suspects, and they were already cleaning up the property.
No, remember, they stopped that. They stopped that before that even happened. Drip Drop knows this, or he should know this. I mean, this video is months after this happened, right? And he's still feeding you guys this false information. It didn't get cleaned. They stopped that. Come on, Drip Drop, do better, man.
How could a future defense team ever see the actual crime scene for the way it was?
They didn't clean it until after the crime scene was done. I don't even know if they cleaned it yet because there's a gag order.
It's a bit alarming. I don't know if that's a boom, but it's alarming.
If you all remember, there was a cleaning company that pulled up to the King Road house, and then they didn't even go in the house because they were stopped right before they were going to do it. Hello. Boom.
Why would you be cleaning up and removing alleged biohazard material if the alleged person hasn't even been caught yet? These are the questions that keep me up late at night, ladies and gentlemen.
Because it didn't even happen, Drip Drop. Come on, man. Everything you're saying right now is irrelevant. It didn't happen. They didn't clean it up.
This case must be solved, and together maybe we can solve it. Let's continue reading this ultra important document that was released less than 24 hours prior to BK's arrest. It basically says the investigators continue processing and working through the email tips, the phone tips, the digital media submissions, and they've conducted over 300 interviews. Investigators believe someone has information that adds context to what occurred on the night of the passing aways, and continue requesting additional pictures, video, and social media content.
This is what they're supposed to do, right? If they didn't do this, they wouldn't be doing their job. What are they not supposed to ask for more video? If anybody has video, pictures, or social media, or anything that, I mean, what? Drip Drop, what are you even saying, man? They're doing their job. What, just because they were going to arrest Kohberger the next day? You're saying that they shouldn't have put this in the press release asking for more possible evidence? Right? Come on, man.
Well, reading that, it seems like they're looking for somebody that actually interacted with the victims that evening. Not...
Yeah. Kohberger interacted with the victims that evening. I mean, not out at the bars, but you know, they didn't know that at the time, right? They had Kohberger's DNA on the sheath, but you have to go through all the videos and all that, which takes months to do. They don't know this the day before they're going to arrest him, right? Come on, it doesn't even make any sense.
Some lone wolf alleged stalker who wouldn't have been seen on anybody's camera if he was alone in his vehicle driving around.
What? So the police are just supposed to assume that he wasn't? At least they were doing their job and looking and making sure he wasn't. And he was caught on camera. Hello. He was caught driving back and forth. You know, coming back to the crime scene, right? I mean, and then he was seen at the house behind King Road a couple days after the murders, or it might even be the next day. I forget it. It's been so long, but and then I believe Kohberger's sister was even there. I believe that the next morning, taking pictures.
All the social media stuff and how it says specifically, our focus remains on the investigation, not an individual's activities displayed in the tip.
Oh, and real quick, notice how he hasn't said anything about, I forget the other guy's name, the guy where the SWAT team came at almost the same time, right? Somebody put it in the comments. You guys know who I'm talking about. But he hasn't said anything about that guy since his last video, whenever that was. So obviously he abandoned that theory, just like he abandoned all his other theories, right? Give me a break.
So clearly, they were expecting to see some illegal activity within people's photographs. It's never been alleged BK was partying with these people, that he was at any of these parties. It hasn't been alleged he was at the grub truck. No reason to think he was inside of a sorority. We don't believe he had any reason to be inside of the frat house.
To me, this makes no sense. I mean, he made this video, a couple weeks ago. So hindsight's 2020, right? The police put out this press release the day before they even arrested Bryan Kohberger, right? They didn't know all this at the time. This is just ridiculous to me.
Whether you believe it is significant or not, your information might be one of the puzzle pieces that help solve these passing aways. Well, if
that's exactly what they should have been doing at the time, right? Right?
Bryan Kohberger didn't have friends, and he wasn't hanging out with these individuals on the evening of their...
See, that's what I'm saying. The police didn't know Kohberger didn't have any fucking friends at the time. Right before they arrested him, right? They might know that right now, today. Okay? A year later, right? I mean, it's almost been a year. It's coming up on a year, man. And Drip Drop just made this video a month ago. If that. Alright? Give me a break. But anyway, this video it's coming up on 20 minutes. I'll do a part 2 tomorrow, because I'm only 7 minutes into this ridiculous video. But until next time, True Crime King out.